just overall very proud of this group, just how resilient they are, to bounce back from a loss last weekend to putting things together this weekend against a division opponent who I have a lot of respect for, obviously, for Frank and his team, and just very proud of our guys, the way they worked in practice this week and how they came out and really took charge of this game from the opening drive.
Coach, what did you see on film during the weekend in preparation leading up to this game that really allowed you to key in and totally shut down the run game of the Colts and therefore take them out of so much of what they want to do?
I'll tell you, a lot of respect for their run game and Stewart and the guys. I mean, they do a great job. It's nothing that you see on tape. It's just about us. It's about being physical, right, and just understanding to stay disciplined in your run fits and your eye discipline on things. And our guys did a great job, just rallying to the ball, getting him on the ground. It was a focus for us this week in practice, and just a credit to how hard our guys worked to understand and then eliminate the run.
Offensively, what were you able to offensively? I'm sorry. What did you have in your game plan that kind of limited you from taking the shots downfield? I saw a lot of underneath, intermediate type stuff. Was that game plan, or was that more in reaction to what they were doing?
It was a little both, and Gus Bradley's he's great at what he does. And what I appreciate about Gus and his scheme is they kind of just show you one thing. He'll mix it, but he'll show you one thing, and you got to stay completely disciplined with going against a guy like Coach Bradley. And I thought our guys did that. Trevor was efficient, got the ball out of his hand. Some of it was by play call and design to help him a little bit. And we had moments where we had some shots dialed. It just for whatever reason, we also had them alerted to some runs, and they took it away. So we had to run the football in those situations. So it's hard to express that and explain that when obviously when you're not in a game plan meeting and understand kind of what we're trying to get done.
Both sides of the ball right out of the gate, really clicking for you today, Doug. As a coach, can you feel it, especially offensively, early in the game, that it's going to work on this particular day?
You hope. You got a lot of football left, and it's a 60-minute game, and you just got to take them one play at a time. And one thing I learned a long, long time ago is you never get too high and you never get too low. It's a 60-minute football game. Listen, they were down, I think, 20-3 last weekend and came back and tied that football game. So anything is possible. We just have to stick to our process and stick to what we're doing.
And I know it's an old adage, but I wonder if it's true. Always been told that coaches learn the most about their team between game one and game two. Did you learn anything about your football team today?
I just learned that this group is eager to win. They want to win, and they put in the hard work during the week. And that's something that I've been very proud of this group and really appreciate what they've done and how they've been able to take the mistakes from a week ago and sort of minimize them going into this week and really attacking the game plan and really just attacking their job.
Coach over here, first drive of the game, you had a fourth down situation. I think it was a 4th and 4, and you went for it at that point. Was that more of the push them to that confidence level that you need them to be, because you dominated the time of possession today?
Yeah, it's just a credit to the guys. Execution there. I think it was a great throw and catch to Zay Jones to get the first down. And again, we were in one of those areas of the field where it's a little bit gray, too long for a field goal and maybe too short for a punt, and you're okay if you don't make it, but I'm gonna try to be as aggressive as possible. Give our guys opportunities. I think once we got that one and another one after that, it just kind of felt comfortable for them, and we just got to continue to work those scenarios and prepare our football team that way, and it does help the confidence of the team. When you do go for one on 4th down and you get it and stay on the field, and we ended up with points there.
Doug, there was a little chatter last week, some of it by people like us, about Trevor's accuracy issues. But today, I'm sure this is his best completion percentage of his career. But did you guys work on anything in particular, rhythm, timing stuff? You talked about the pitch and runs. Did you, and in practice, though, did he really get diligent about trying to improve his accuracy?
You know, every week we work on that kind of stuff, you know, and try to be as efficient as possible. And, you know, my hat's off to, you know, Press Taylor, the coordinator, and Jim Bob, Mike McCoy, the guys, and for really, you know, putting together a great plan and really helping Trevor, you know. That's something that we kind of, as a coaching staff, kind of take away, you know, even from the week before, you know. And we got to help our guys, right? We just can't just, you know, throw a bunch of plays out there and expect them to execute. We've got to help them, right? So that's why we practice. That's why we go out and do the things we do. And I thought Trevor really did an outstanding job today, getting the ball out of his hand. He saw things really well. There were a lot of catch, break tackles, get first downs, things like that. He threw hot a couple times. So those are all the things that he's capable of doing. And yeah, we continue to work on that stuff, you know, every week.
Doug, defensively, we've been talking about how good this defense could be for a while now. Was this maybe more of what you thought it could be than last week?
Yeah, I mean, they played extremely well. We know Indy was down a couple of their, you know, pass catchers and good pass catchers. So, you know, who knows? But I tell you what, my hat's off to, you know, Mike Caldwell. Great defensive plan. The guys were, you know, they executed it during the week in practice. And again, that's kind of, to me, that's where you win football games, is during the week. And then you just go out and execute the plan. And for them to fly around today and do the things they did, get after the quarterback, create turnovers, all the things we talk about, we saw it. And you know, things are starting to kind of, I think, click for guys, you know, and still a lot of football ahead of us. You know, we've got to play this team again, and we just got another great opponent next week.
Coach, we know that this is a passing league now, but we saw what seemed to be a concerted effort to really maintain balance today. I think 30 pass attempts, 37 run attempts. Was that in the back of your mind, or were you just calling the game in the flow?
You know, I seem to learn from experience, but you do what it takes to win, bottom line. You do what it takes to win. If that means running it 37 times or 47 times, 50 times or 10 times, you know, you do what it takes to win the football game, right? And it was just a great opportunity. And, you know, again, credit the offensive line. Phil Rauscher had those guys prepared, and good. It was good balance. Overall, it was great balance for us.
Coach Will Brown, WJCT News. When you were hired, you talked about the process, and you said it would take a while to kind of get to where you wanted to go, and you needed some patience from the fans. But to be able to have a performance like this in the home opener, how much do you think that this will keep fans engaged and keep that bond between the team and the fans stronger than it might have been in previous years?
Yeah, I think, you know, I thought we had a really good crowd today. They got loud on a couple of those defensive fourth down plays, you know, in the second half, and that was good to see the guys out there. I think you know, listen, you get paid to win games, right? You win, the fans show up. I'm a fan. I want to go watch a winner, so, you know, I'll pay money to go see a winner, right? So we have to just win games. This is a great start today. There's a lot of football left, but the crowd was excellent today. Hats off to them. They showed up even after the rainstorm there in the first half, but you know, credit to them, and hopefully we can keep the momentum.
Doug, apologize if you've already been asked this.
Yeah.
Except for the deep ball that almost got intercepted early on in the game, it seemed like Trevor was just on point with just about everything. His decision-making, where he went with the ball, things like that. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Why do you always bring up the negative first? You know that holding call on 2nd and 10, but the third. What was your question?
With the exception of, I won't mention it, it seemed like Trevor was pretty much on point with everything today, with where he, not just his throws, but where he went with the ball, where he decided to go with it.
Yeah, you know, a lot of it was by design, you know, the play design, the play call at the time. You know, we worked on that stuff in practice this week. We knew, you know, we knew going into this game, listen, this is a Gus Bradley defense. They're going to be sound at what they do. They're going to be in the right spots. So we have to be in the right spots, and we have to be disciplined in the passing game. And there are some areas of the field that you can try to, you know, get after, but yet the ball has to come out on time because they rally and tackle. So I thought Trevor did a great job in that, you know, aspect of just getting the ball out of his hand, getting it to the right spot. Guys stayed disciplined in the game plan in the game like we talked about, and executed that well.
As a follow-up, in terms of all three phases, is this as close to the kind of game that goes just the way you draw it up?
I would have to say so. You know, maybe shy of the Super Bowl a couple years ago. You know, but yeah, I mean, the guys, listen, they they took full advantage of the week of practice and understood the game plan. I challenged them to stay in their playbooks and know the game plan inside and out, all three phases. They did that, and when they do that, you can kind of see the execution on the field.
Yeah, no negativity in that last question.
All right, we have time for one or two more, right in the middle.
Yeah, Coach.
Yeah.
We saw 2 touchdown passes from Trevor Lawrence to Christian Kirk. Is that a connection that you've seen growing in practice, or was it just right place, right time, great play execution today?
Yeah, no, it's something that we've started back in the spring, with those two, kind of building that relationship. And Christian's a great player. That's why we went out and got him in free agency, and you can see it now, 2 weeks in a row, some of the plays that he's made, and he's made an impact for our offense. But, it's just a matter of them just continuing to work, stay on the same page, and, coming up with game plans that help Christian, get open and Trevor to find him.
Did you get a game ball in the locker room?
I did.
You did? How
did.
meaningful was that? And did you almost run out of game balls because so many other guys had so many big performances?
I mean, it's
today?
special. It's special. It's my first win, obviously, as head coach here, but it's a team win, and we celebrate as a team, and I appreciate that, and it'll definitely go on the mantle at the house. But my hat's off to those guys in the locker room. They're the ones that did it. I didn't get hit. I didn't have to throw any passes or run the ball. So credit to the team.
In all seriousness, you only have 6 division games. So starting out 1-0, how important is that in the race to win this thing and get into the tournament?
It's something we talked about this week. The AFC South, it's a great division. It's only going to get better and stronger. This is a great football team today. It's going to be a different game next time we play them. And in order for any team, to get to the postseason, you got to be able to win your division, right? And so this was a great step in that direction.
Thanks, Drew.
All right, thanks, guys.